We all cannot wait for Grand Theft Auto 6's The Extended Look that's coming out on Netflix August 27th. But if you remember last year, Rockstar actually made a tweet officially stating that trailer 2 of Grand Theft Auto 6 was half gameplay and half cinematics. They said it right here a couple days after trailer 2 released because everybody was like, hey, I don't need a cinematic trailer, I want a gameplay trailer. So Rockstar went out and said Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer 2 was captured entirely in-game from a PlayStation 5, not a PlayStation 5 Pro, comprised of equal parts gameplay and cutscenes. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, some cutscenes actually look like gameplay in trailer 1 as well. So today I wanted to go back to trailer 1 and see what we can count as gameplay shots. And then we also have some things like cinematics, but there's also some CCTV footage, social media footage, and body cam footage that isn't really gameplay but also isn't really a cutscene. So I want to just go and check how many clips are gameplay. Some of these we can very easily skip. This is clearly a cutscene or just a camera placed with the Rockstar editor, which is basically the movie making tool that Rockstar has. Same goes with this clip of the prison fences. Then we have Lucia majestically looking at us in our souls, which is obviously a cutscene, just as well as this one where we get to learn a little bit about why Lucia is in prison. Unfortunately, the trailer doesn't really show us that. But I do suspect that we are going to get a little bit of that specific background in the extended look at the end of this month. Then we have this whopping shot of Vice City with the beaches and everything else. I think this is just a Rockstar editor type shot. I don't know if this is gonna be like the intro shot, just like with Grand Theft Auto 5 you see some cinematics of the whole city. I think this is just custom made for this trailer. Then we have this one, and this might actually be just a cinematic camera while the player is driving. And this is, I think, also a cinematic camera. So you are in the car and you can turn it on and the camera just goes into some cool places because you can see it's following along with the airboat. Therefore, I do think this is a gameplay shot. Then we have the cool flamingos and alligators inside the grass rivers. This could have been like a shot of first person, but I think it's just a cinematic shot, or like the Rockstar editor as well, because it's not really a cutscene, is it? It's just some scenery, so the camera is here placed for the trailer and not necessarily as a story point. The same might be for this beach shot with all these people, but it could honestly also just be a first person shot. This kind of just looks like a gameplay. There's this meme where it's actually really empty at release, but I honestly don't think so. It might be like the 10 or 20% less NPCs, but you gotta understand, GTA 5 was on the PS3 and they showed more NPCs in the trailer than in the actual game. Now we're on the PS5. We skipped a whole generation with the Grand Theft Auto franchise, so I definitely think it's gonna be more populated in terms of NPCs on the beach. This shot right here, I feel like is just another cinematic shot. I don't know if these dudes are like an integral piece of the story and this is actually a cutscene, but there might just be some random NPCs boat driving for the joy of it, and this is just a Rockstar editor free camera that is following them along. This is as close to what we could call gameplay as possible. Obviously the camera is in a little bit of an awkward position and it's the cinematic camera inside the car, but I do think that this is gameplay. I mean, you're literally driving on the highway. Man, I cannot wait to play this game. This is gonna be so amazing, man. And you can see in trailer 2 that this dress has been upgraded a lot. This is definitely first person gameplay where you are in a car and you can just look around while you're driving and you're moving the camera as well a little bit to the right, which this is one of my favorite shots. I keep saying it. It's my favorite shot of all the GTA trailers. This could be first person as well, or just a camera placed inside this club right here. I do think this is like in real time. Then you have this shot. This is definitely a cutscene. We don't even know who these brothers are. And the crazy thing is here, with every cutscene in a regular Grand Theft Auto, you would normally normally always have one of the protagonists present, which right here they are not present, so maybe it's just random NPCs. But if you've been following along with the channel, you know that these two guys over 1.5 years later got the upgrade, and this is now what they look like. So I don't know why they're showing these guys in the marketing. We'll find out in 2 weeks. This is the same thing with this dude who is like on his own inside a cutscene, which normally never happens. Usually the protagonists are always there. So GTA 6 is definitely gonna do a little bit different storytelling than we're used to. I just don't know how. Let me know your speculation in the comments before it gets confirmed later this month. Back to trailer 1. This is again, I think, a free cam with the Rockstar editor just being used because this is such a beautiful shot, man. It is so good what they're doing with this game. Oh man, this makes me so hyped. But yeah, this is just a free roam camera shot basically, in my opinion. Then we have this shot right here. Also, it could be first person, but I think it's just like a cinematic camera type shot of things just happening. Even though this could be a cutscene because all these people seemingly are going into this Broadwalk hotel, so there might be something of a event happening. Even this guy on his phone. Then we have this shot right here, just a random dancing shot, probably also free cam and not really a cinematic or a gameplay shot. This also I think is just a free cam just for the trailer itself, and you're gonna think, oh yeah, of course it's for the trailer, but there's a whole story to be told here, as we're gonna see in trailer 2. So there is gonna be a lot of cutscenes that we'll see, just not in this particular trailer too much, except for near the end. Then we have this balcony shot. I think this is a cutscene. There's like this animation going on right here with this pose that this girl is doing, which is Lucia, by the way. So yeah, I'm gonna count this as a cutscene. Then the Vice City sign, I think this is just putting the camera somewhere and just showing Vice right here. And then we have the social media aspect of the game. This is a whole different story. It's not a cutscene, it's not of a mission, it is not a gameplay thing. I think that there is a phone that you have just like in GTA 5, but the phone is way more advanced. So you actually have a working social media and all the NPCs are going to be filming everything, and this is something 100% that will be shown in the extended look, or 99%, you know, we can never be 100% sure until we see it, but all these social media shots is going to be one big intertwined system. There is no way that they are not doing anything with this, and this has to do with the NPC system. So not only are you having local NPCs reacting to one another and to you as a player, it's also on a global scale where everything on the internet, people will know about you if you do something crazy and they put it online. Now this shot right here is a cinematic. Obviously this is the Real Dimes filming a music video. The Real Dimes being this rapping duo right here, and they have a lot of information about themselves on the website. And look at these nails, man, crazy. Here we got them on social media again. No gameplay, no cutscene, just social media. This is a CCTV, like security camera footage, which also is gonna play a big part of this game. And you have a body cam, which is half gameplay and half just a video of a body cam, but this gives you a look of first person, which is cool. And then here, of course, we just got more social media. Same with this one, which is social media. Then this one, which is also social media, but it is full screen compared to the other one, so it might depend on the device you're looking at or the device that somebody is filming it with. And then here you have gameplay because you're in first person inside a car looking at these random dudes doing random stuff. And then you have no social media, but there is a logo on the bottom right, which leads me to believe that this is actually Jason or Lucia just watching TV. For trailer 2, you can see that they are clearly watching TV right here, and so you're gonna enjoy some of those channels. Then you have a live social media video right here. This is probably a cutscene of them just going boom through this table, and this is probably also gameplay, man, with the camera inside the car. It's probably the cinematic gameplay camera. This one also is gonna be crazy to see see, because this is a clear animation that looks very good and a lot of detail has been put into it. But in terms of gameplay, I think that this is something where it is the Rockstar editor, because we know from the leaks that once a crazy car is driving past, the NPCs will actually look at it before making like a decision or anything. And this is the same that you can see Lucia doing. The police cars are driving by past them because nobody is able to figure out that, you know, the people who robbed the place that the police are going is Jason and Lucia. And you can physically see her looking at the police car, so everything is aware of each other in this game. This is another just social media type shot. In this case, it's the news. Then we have the most random shot. This is probably also on the TV of the Spanish news. In this case, we got this shot, which either is first person and Lucia because she's a little bit smaller, but I do think this is either a cinematic camera or just straight up gameplay, because this person kind of looks like Lucia right here. But yeah, I think this might be just gameplay with the Rockstar editor capturing from this specific angle. Then we have the news right here, again just TV. This is social media, but it might be on TV, an ad for their social media, as it's full screen and it shows the logo on the bottom right. I don't know what that logo on the bottom right is about and where it's supposed to be. Maybe just YouTube. Then you have a cinematic shot right here. This might just be also the Rockstar editor or the cinematic camera, but for the on foot version. This is also just a cinematic camera going on, not a cutscene, but just a gameplay cinematic camera, which looks super cool. And then here we have a cutscene of Lucia asking Jason trust, and Jason obviously responding with, yeah, trust. And then we have this one, which I think is just a Rockstar editor, because this is gonna be definitely 100% gameplay, so I'm gonna count this as gameplay. So what is the final verdict? Well, it is actually very interesting, because what we've counted is that 21 shots are gameplay and 9 shots were cutscenes. Now, if you only count the 21 gameplay shots compared to the 9 cutscene shots, you would get about 70% gameplay in trailer 1. But of course, we didn't count those 15 other shots. Now, if you don't count those social media, etc. shots as gameplay, then the percentage of gameplay will drop to 46.7%. However, if you would count these as gameplay, then you would have exactly 80% gameplay shots and 20% cutscene shots. The way I count this is, as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I wanted to know what is open world gameplay and what is story-based cutscenes. And so I think that the open world is 70 to 80% of trailer 1 and the cutscene is about 20% of trailer 1. Of course, keep in mind that Rockstar has never acknowledged that this was real-time rendered on the PS5. It was probably a PC build that recorded all of this, because you gotta remember, this was in 2023. We're 3 years later now, and you can bet your beautiful, hopefully bald booty that the extended look on August 27th will be 100% PlayStation 5 real-time rendered footage. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the members, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.